All right, guys, this is going to be a pretty raw and honest video, and I'm going to go off on a lot of tangents because I'm going to tell you about where I am right now, and I'm not feeling great, honestly. Okay, I've been lost for the last few years, honestly, just with Bulldog Mindset and with my goals and who I am in my life, and I'm making this video for a couple of reasons. Okay, so first of all, YouTube historically has always been my personal therapist, my psychologist, right? I have always talked to the camera and expressed what I am feeling and what I am going through and sharing my journey. And I've kind of stopped doing that lately, right? And there's a lot of reasons for that, which I'll get into more in the video. But one of the main reasons is, well, one of the main reasons actually, now that I just think about it, is because I was living a lie for such a long time. I couldn't really tell you guys the truth about what was, I mean, some things, right? But when I was cheating on my ex-wife and going out and picking up girls and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, again, if you haven't heard that before, watch the video on my channel that explains all that. But it sounds a lot shocking, and it is shocking, but I mean, that is honestly part of the reason why. Is like I couldn't really say everything that was going on in my mind. And even now, right, as I was going through the whole process of the divorce, and I'm remarried now, which again, if you haven't been following me for a while, that might seem like I'm a pretty crazy guy, and that's quite a shock and whatnot. But there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in my head and emotionally that I also can't share, right? In the sense that now it's not that I'm hiding something or that there's a lie. It's just that there's a lot of difficult emotions when you go through a divorce, and a lot of those things you don't want to make public because you don't want to hurt other people that are involved in your life, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that's there, and so that stuff can't all be shared, right? That's just, I wish it could be, but that's just the nature of it, right? You have to respect some other people and things like that, right? Because I might talk about that, there have been times, and I'll talk about this now because it's far enough along, and I've moved far enough along. But there were times when I was going through this whole process, and with my new wife Nicole, who's absolutely wonderful, that even though I had the most wonderful life and had the most wonderful person in my life, that I would miss my old life. It's not something that I feel now, but in a different way. Like I miss the routine now that I had, and like where I was in my growth, but. That's something that I couldn't really share at the time because it would be misunderstood or potentially could upset her or look bad on her if I'm saying that I miss my old life. Because it's not that like I want to go back into my existing situation or marriage, but it's just that the best way I can put this is that if you've seen Shawshank Redemption, there's a part where the older man, the librarian, he's been in prison for, I don't know, like 40 years, 50 years, basically his whole life. And then he gets out and on parole, or he served his sentence, whatever. And he goes into the real world and he's finally free, and then he hangs himself. Right? Maybe this video just got just got the reach eliminated because I just said that, but who cares? Anyway, so that's the way I can describe that, is that it's like, yeah, you don't necessarily want to be in prison, but at the same time, like it's what you're used to. If you've been living a life for 20 years, making a change to that is very, very hard. That's why you've heard me talk about this, guys, on some of the videos. Like divorce is probably the worst thing that you can possibly go through in your life, right? It is worse than death. I said in another video that watching my mother die for 10 days was not as bad as going through a divorce, and it is true. And again, it's very hard for someone to understand. Even someone who's close to me listening to those words might feel hurt by that and be like, how can that be? But it is. It just is what it is. And if you look at the books and the literature on this, you'll find that this is a common occurrence. So if you're going through a divorce, or you're considering going through a divorce right now, read the books on it. Like, understand that you're going to, well, the process is, I've got a friend of mine, let me say, I won't say his name, but he's going through a divorce, or he had just gone through a divorce. It's been like 6 months, and he's the only person, I'm pretty much the only person he can talk to who truly understands what he's feeling. And I feel to some degree he understands what I had gone through, and what I'm still to a degree feeling. Like I'm still not 100% normal. I'm still not 100% where I was in terms of my mental space, because it is a lot to process 20 years of living a certain way, right? Whether it be good or bad, and then changing that, right? It is a lot of change. So anyway, that's kind of what this video is about, really. It's just like, I've been kind of lost for the last few years, ever since this whole thing happened. I mean, it's just derailed me so much because I don't really feel like the Bulldog Mindset guy that I was. Now, I know that he's there, and I'm starting to see him come back, and I'm starting to see glimpses of that, and to get that momentum back, and you know, turning on the camera and just talking straight to the camera like I've been doing for the last few days is part of that. As I see that coming back, but I'm still looking for that direction, right? And you know, to be honest with you, I feel like shit. I feel like a piece of shit, right? And the reason why is because I'm not on my diet. I'm not doing 1 meal a day right now, and it doesn't have to be 1 meal a day, but I'm just eating like, you know, junk. Yeah, maybe I'm not fat, but I'm gaining some weight, right? I just don't feel right about that. You know, my running, I don't really have a good running goal. I'm running sporadically here and there, so it's not very regimented in making progress. In the gym, yeah, I'm doing my lifting routine, but I'm not feeling progress being made. When I'm working, I don't feel very productive. Like, I feel like I'm wasting time. I'm waking up later. I'm just not being as disciplined as I used to be. And it's really hard to preach about having the Bulldog Mindset. I feel like a hypocrite because I'm trying to coach guys and tell guys how to be, and I almost can't utter the words because I'm not being that myself. I know what it looks like and I know what it feels like, but I couldn't bring myself to it. And I'm starting to finally come to the point where I'm feeling like I am so ready to be that guy again. But part of me also is afraid of trying to be that exact, like, I can never go back and be the guy that I was 5 years ago. Now, there was this peak of Bulldog Mindset when I was just, and this is going to sound a little bit wrong, but who cares? This is just what it is that when I was just going out there and I was building the best physique that I could and running marathons and just training hard and just feeling good and going out and talking to girls, even though, like I said, it was ethically wrong what I was doing. You know, again, you can watch the video if you want the full explanation for that. But, you know, I was having all of this success and I was having all this growth, this personal growth. I was reading all these books. I was making mental breakthroughs. I was growing spiritually at the time, and just, you know, my life was changing dramatically for the good. And like, during that time, I'm not that same guy now, right? I can't be that same guy. And I don't want to be that same guy, but I want to have the heart of that guy. I want to be in that same state of growth, and I do want to be disciplined, and I do want to be on top of myself. And I think that I can, maybe this is all for a reason, in the sense that I think I can relate to many of you guys now, because you probably feel that. I think that a lot of you guys that are watching these videos, like, that's just what you want. Like, you want to feel like you're on top of your shit, like you're lifting weights and eating right and training, and, you know, going and facing your fears in terms of women and your social skills, and you're being productive, and you're just working on your Pomodoros, and you're just like getting stuff done. And I think that is what so many of you guys have come here to do, and you want that, and you don't know how to get that. And so it'll be interesting, because I'm going to get that back, because I realize that I am not going to be happy in life until I get that back, right? And again, like I said, this video is a rant, so, you know, if if you want to turn this off, go ahead. Like, I don't even know which direction it's going to go, but there's just a few points that I want to get out there and make here, right? And so another part of this, which again, I could use some of your guys' help with this, because, and let me make this clear before I even say this, is like, I'm not giving up, right? I'm not, like, I feel like crap right now. I feel bad about myself because I'm not living up to my standard and my potential. I know that. It doesn't mean that I'm a shitty person. I know that, you know, the Bulldog Mindset is still in here, right? But I forget where I was going with that. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not giving up, right? I am going to conquer this. I'm going to figure this out. This is not a cry for help. This is not a throwing in the towel type of situation. This is what I've realized, is that I am happy in life when I am driving towards a goal. And I say me, but it is all of us. I know this intrinsically, at least about men, is that without a defining goal, without something that we're driving towards, we cannot be happy. Right? We cannot be. It's just not, it's not possible. Like growth equals happiness, right? Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. But part of the thing, and this is where I could use your help to go back to the subject, is that, I don't want to just make videos. I don't want to just throw stuff out there, right? A lot of the stuff I've been creating, like you have to understand too, right? I'm running a business here, okay? I have financial freedom. I have passive income coming in from my real estate. Yeah, I lost half of that income going through the divorce, right? And a lot of my assets because I had to buy out the business and like a whole mess of stuff. And I have some expenses now. I have to pay some child support and things like that I didn't have to pay before. So my life is more expensive. I've got a new house that has a high mortgage. So even though I have the financial freedom, in order to sustain the lifestyle that I'm at, I do have to make income, right? So it's not like, like I could go do something else. I could go live somewhere else and I could be fine and not have to work. But I don't even care about not having to work. What I care more about is like doing something meaningful. And so a lot of what I'm having to do now, just because I don't have as clear of a direction, is, I've got a program where I sell teaching guys how to become financial free. It's called The Well That Never Runs Dry. And it's awesome. Like we have a great time in the group coaching calls. I truly believe that I'm providing value to guys there. I wish it was a little bit more structured, right? I wish I had the time to really, but I've got a ton of content in there and, and a lot of guys have gotten value from that, right? But my heart is not fully in it, okay? Coaching, yes, like when I'm talking to guys, when I'm helping them out, but my heart is not fully in it because it's not really what I'm super interested in. And I feel like I have to just kind of sell this thing in order to keep the doors open, right? Sometimes also with the one-on-one coaching, and I've shut down a lot of that, is that, and maybe this is a better way to explain this, right? It's like, I don't want to really feel like I'm selling something. Like it just feels dirty to me in a way, right? And it's like, and it has nothing to do with selling. It just has to do with alignment, as best as I can describe it. So, for example, I'm making videos on Instagram, right? Like reels and shorts on YouTube and stuff like that. And I got to kind of like come up with 30 topics. It's not stuff that I'm necessarily like, oh, I really want to talk about this stuff like I am when I turn on the camera or back in the day when I had so much stuff to share. But it's like I have to fill in this content quota. And then I need to make some videos that are talking about financial independence and making money. And sometimes like when I'm making those videos, I don't really feel it, but I can't wait to feel it because I'm running a business. So I have to run those ads. I have to make that call to action to ask people to raise their hand so that my sales team can talk to them and we can make some sales because I am running a business here. So, but my complaint here, if there is a complaint, it's not really a complaint. It's like the thing that doesn't sit well with me is that it's just not fully in alignment, right? Because I'm talking about some dating stuff. I'm talking about like philosophy or mindset or whatever it is. And then, I'm not super passionate right now about financial stuff. I'm not really making videos, and that's not like I wouldn't just make videos on financial stuff because it's not something that I'm necessarily doing in my day-to-day life, right? Because I became financially free and I'm not obsessed about doing it more. Like I'm obsessed kind of about the business side of things and growing the business. But this is very ranty, but my point is that it's like what I really want to do. All right, and this is where I could use your help, is I want to have something that is just aligned where it just, everything flows, right? So one specific problem, one specific topic that I'm helping guys with, right? And I've avoided doing this in the past because I want to be Bulldog Mindset. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. I want to talk about women and getting in shape and fitness and mindset and financial stuff and like all of these things. But I'm done with that now. I realize that having a focus and having an alignment is so much more better. So I just want to pick the one thing and I want to go all into that thing. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about, just from a strategic standpoint that would give me that alignment, is helping geeks get girlfriends. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I've got an audience from my other company, Simple Programmer, of programmers, right? I have a reputation in that industry. I have 2 best-selling software development books that continue to sell. So there's constantly people that are reading my books. And one of them is called Soft Skills Software Developers Life Manual. That's probably the best-selling one. it's personal development for software developers is what it is, right? And so it's very popular, right? So it makes sense, right, that programmers need some help improving themselves. And if I just did personal development for programmers, I mean, maybe I could do that, but I feel like that's not really a bleeding neck problem that guys want to solve. Instead, I want to do something like, teach nerds how to get a girlfriend, teach programmers how to get a girlfriend, teach geeks how to get a girlfriend. That's a really specific problem, since my dating content is usually the most popular stuff on here and on Instagram. So that makes sense in alignment. And then I can have just content that I create about really my solution for helping a programmer or a nerd, and that's who I was, by the way, get a girlfriend, is to increase or develop your masculinity, right? And so is that what you guys, my core audience, right? That's who I'm talking, because if you're watching this video right now, you are my core audience, right? This is also why I'm making this long and ranty, is so that I can identify you guys here and you can really give me the answer. Like, would that be interesting to you? Is that in alignment? Do you feel like that is the like what is the greatest gift that I could give to you? Like, what makes the most sense? Like, or to the world? Like, let's not even be selfish here. Let's just say, with my skill set, with what I know, what I teach, what I've done in life, what would be the most valuable problem for me to solve, right? Because, like I said, I don't want to be all over the place anymore. I want to be solving one problem. And until I figure that out, I'm going to be all over the place, and I'm just going to make these ranty videos and do these daily videos, or we'll see. Like, I'm not even committing to anything. Like, I want to have a system, a routine. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and know what I'm going to run, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do, and feel good about that and feel like I'm making progress, again, towards those things, right? And it's hard to a degree, right? Again, if I go off on another tangent here, is it's like, and not too many people can understand this, is it's like, I almost kind of have everything that I want in life, right? Except for simplicity, right? And that's what I really want. It's like, I have a wonderful, beautiful wife, right? I have enough money. I have, a good, just like a good physique. I have like all the things that I've accomplished a lot of things in life. I've had a lot of success with women in the past, so I don't really feel like the need to, like, now that I have a wonderful wife and all that. So I've accomplished all these things. And so I don't have as much hunger or drive as I would if I hadn't done those things in the past, or if I was still trying to accomplish those things. So I don't know. This is getting a little bit ranty, but yeah. I just feel stuck. I just feel kind of stuck. I guess that's what I would say. It's like, yeah, am I making good money in the business? Yeah, has there been some growth on Instagram and stuff like that? Is it anything that anyone really would complain about? No, not really, but I feel stuck because I'm not really progressing, right? It's like I progressed to the highest form that I could at my previous iteration of Bulldog Mindset. And then after that happened, it facilitated some major life changes, right? That's where the divorce came through. Now I have a wonderful woman who really matches me better, right? And it's just like, just an awesome person that has helped me grow as a person as well. But where am I now? Like, what is the stage? Like, what is the next steps? Like, how do I, reach that next level for me? And that's where I feel like shit is. Like, I've been stalling. I've been treading water, right? The business, I've been making good money, but it's not growing. It's not going in a direction, right? Yeah, I can keep on throwing out advertisements and be like, yeah, buy this thing, buy that thing, right? And making videos. And I tried making super high quality videos, but I realized that it still lacked direction, right? It's like, that's not really a direction. Like, making high quality videos is not a direction, right? A direction is something that is, you're trying to solve some problem. You're trying to help some people. You have some real specific objective or goal in mind in terms of what you're trying to do, not how you're trying to do it. And so, I don't know. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And yeah, I could use some help. I could use some advice, from, an outside perspective. Yeah, I'm a coach. I coach people. I could help someone in my situation, but I can't help myself because I'm in the forest. I'm in the trees. I can't see the forest from the trees, right? It's like I need an outside perspective. And I've gotten a lot of advice from different people and whatnot, and a lot of people in my life have been really helpful. But I don't know. I'm just sitting here, just pondering, just thinking about things, just spending the time to just figure stuff out. But I just feel like everything I've created is a jumbled mess. I have a jumbled mess of email automations and opt-ins and websites, and it just feels like a mess to me, and I want simplicity. That's why I want to just pick one thing, start doing that thing, start making the content on that, and get my life back in order and back on track. But yeah, I went through a lot of depression, honestly, for quite some time, right? And it was just like off and on, and some of it was related to the divorce, but some of it was just related to this, in a way, losing my identity, because I had built this amazing identity of this kick-ass motherfucker guy, Bulldog Mindset, and that it changed, right? And I didn't even want to do that. Like, I didn't even have the motivation to do the stuff, and so yeah, so I went through a lot of depression about that, and I feel like I'm finally, like, it's a weird state that I'm in now, I would say, where, like, am I still depressed? Yeah, like, in a way I am still depressed, but I'm not like I was trying to describe this to someone the other day. I was like, look, my lower self, like my mental self, is depressed. It is. It's unmotivated. It's like, it just feels not good. But my higher self is no longer depressed. It observes my lower self, my mental self, being depressed, and knows that it's going to be okay and that everything's going to work out. And it's just letting it be what it is right now, knowing that eventually this thing is going to change and turn around as I figure out this new thing. Because I'm excited, in a way, for this new direction, right? And I keep on talking about new directions on this channel, and you've seen me take a little bit of a step, but I still haven't really found it, right? But I'm not going to really start going down a path until I know exactly what it is at this point. So that's where I could use your guys' help with this. But yeah, it's been quite a journey, and I'm ready. I mean, I am excited. I'm excited for the next thing, to really put my full self into something, and to really feel like I'm hitting that next level. But I've been in a very long stage of a metamorphosis, and I'm still in that cocoon, and it's frustrating, and it's annoying, and it's a place of fear too, because you don't know what is going to happen. And I don't know if I should even publish this video, to be honest, because it is so ranty. But I mean, I guess there's really no harm in doing that. But I just want to be real with you guys. That's it. I just want to be real with you guys, so you understand what it is that I've been going through, that I am going through, kind of the dilemma that I have right now. Even when I look around this office, it's like, it feels like a mess to me, right? It's not a horrible mess, but it's like, what am I doing? Like what is the, what is the objective? I don't have that yet, so I don't have the thing that I'm driving towards, and it doesn't even really so much matter what it is, but and part of it too. One last thing I'll say, and then I promise I'll wrap this video up. Is it's like it's hard to leave behind the stuff that I've already accomplished and done, right? So it's like, I would like to just start over clean and get rid of Bulldog Mindset and get rid of Simple Programmer and just have a clean, fresh start. But I can't really like abandon that stuff, because I've put so much work into it, because it's still generating money, right? It's still, like, the business is still running. And it's scary to just completely cut that off and just start over from scratch. And part of me wonders too, it's like, what if I don't have the energy to do it? Like, it's like, I have the energy to maintain this thing, even though it's difficult at times, right? But it doesn't take really much to maintain what I've got going. But what if I don't have the actual energy to start over again and like really, start over from scratch? Because I'm older now, and not just older. It's not just age. It's just like, man, I had worked so fucking hard for such a long time that it's like, and that's part of also why I'm so depressed, I guess, is like, or why I feel like such crap about myself, is it's like, I used to have this crazy work ethic, and I'm kind of disappointed. It's like, I thought that when you built discipline, that it stayed with you, right? That like you became mentally tough and strong, and I almost feel mentally weak. Not like, I don't know, not like in a way I'm stoic, right? In the sense that I don't let my emotions really influence me that much, and I can maintain my emotional stability. Like those skills have developed, right? Like psychologically, I am advanced, but I always thought that the discipline, when I went through all the hard stuff of fasting and running these marathons and ultra marathons and stuff like that, that aspect of mental toughness would just carry over and be a permanent part of me. But it seems like that's not the case. It seems like you have to fight that battle over and over and continually make that choice, which kind of sucks because I'm afraid, like, can I not do it anymore? Right. Yeah, and I don't know. It's like I've tried to restart multiple times. I guess that's what really scares me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm really gonna like go after this thing and start, and I will get tired. I'll get tired. Like I'll wake up at 5:40 every morning for a week, but then I'm just crashing by like 6 p.m., even by 3 p.m. sometimes, and I'm like, how can I even? I want to do it and I can't even do it, right? And it's like, I don't know. It just it's scary when I think about that, and that's why it's hard to let go of what you already have. But I know that the way forward is going to require letting go of a lot of things, and that's what I've done with the with this YouTube channel, with these longer or these daily videos now. Is it's like, yeah, they're kind of rants, and they're not planned out. There's no editing, right? So am I fucking up the channel by doing this? I don't know, but I'm gonna take the shot. So there you go. All right, if you guys got some tips for me on what you think that I should be doing, I'm open for it, right? I want to hear what you guys think about this, because I'm going to spend a lot of time thinking about this and really figure out a good, because I'm not done yet. I'm not done. I can see, like, there's levels to this, right? And I'll tell you one last thing. Again, I keep on saying one last thing, but man, you know what's really been disheartening to me honestly, like if I'm going to come clean on all of this stuff, is that I have seen so many people that I have helped, right, that were behind me in business and in life, that are now ahead of me, like way ahead of me. And man, that just, like, it just sucks, right? It's like, what happened? I took my foot off of the pedal, or I went the wrong direction, or I chose the wrong path. Like I split my focus so much that I couldn't just get there, right? And it's like, if I would have just been focused, right? The people that focused on one thing, they got way ahead, right? And so, I mean, it's never too late, but it is disappointing. It is like, I don't know, disheartening, I guess I would say. But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna publish this video.